The New York Mets get another good outfielder here and add depth to that outfield, but I think a trade could be coming down the pipeline sooner or later. They signed Kevin Pillar here to a one-year deal as the New York Mets, and Pillar, he's been a pretty decent player throughout his career. This will be his 9th season in the bigs, but the last few years he's bounced around now. This will be his 5th team in 3 seasons for PR. So 2018, he was on the Toronto Blue Jays, 15 home runs, 59 RBIs in 542 plate appearances, 142 games, 252 batting average, a 282 on base, 426 slugging, and a 708 OPS. And then 2019, between the San Francisco Giants and the Toronto Blue Jays, where he got traded early season. He played 161 games, 645 plate appearances, 21 homers, 88 RBIs, 14 stolen bases, 259 batting average, a 287 on base, 432 slugging, and a 719 OPS. And in 2020, between the Boston Red Sox and the Colorado Rockies, 54 games, 223 plate appearances, 6 home runs, 26 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, 288 batting average, 336 on base, a 462 slugging, and a 798 OPS. So Kevin PR, this guy's an Iron Man pretty much. He don't miss a lot of games throughout his career or throughout seasons, and once again he lands with another team. He's a great glove in the outfield who could go out there and go get it. And this guy, he's got some pop and could steal bases as well. So this is a very solid move, in my opinion, for the Mets. But now the Mets, they got 5 decent outfielders. You got Michael Conforto, who's a stud. You got Brandon Nimmo, who's an on-base machine, but not the greatest defenders in center field. You got Dom Smith, who was the Mets' best hitter last season, but he struggles in the outfield as well. And you got Albert Amora Jr. they signed as well, so they got 5 outfielders. I think PR, he probably could be the starter this season, and I could see Nimmo getting traded for a starting pitcher or one of these third basemen on the trading block, like a Chris Bryant or Eugenio Suarez or something. And on the season, PR, they're projecting him to be a full-time starter. Once again, 566 plate appearances, 17 home runs, 70 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, a 253 batting average, a 296 on base, 422 slugging, and a 718 OPS. And it wouldn't surprise me, like I said, if he's going to be the starter. The Mets have a lot of lefties in their lineup, and I could see one of these guys, Nimmo or Dom Smith, getting traded, and then you move Pillar to center, his natural position, obviously, and either Nimmo to left if you don't get traded, or you keep Dom Smith out there. So it's a good move for the Mets. They get the veteran in Pillar, and now for fantasy baseball, he's a guy you definitely get in the later rounds. I don't think the Mets signed him to sit on the bench. He's automatically their best defender, and he's got pop, like I said, is Pillar. 82 homers in 8 years, so 10 home runs a season, which isn't bad. And he's got a couple seasons with 15 or more home runs is Pillar. So Pillar, I think he's going to start almost at least 5-6 days a week for this Met team. And there could be another trade on the horizon, and he has fantasy value for sure. He's going to help in stolen bases, get some homers, RBIs, and he's a pretty decent on-base man. So Kevin Pillar, he signs with the New York Mets, and we'll see what he could do for the Mets and fantasy owners here in the